Hey everybody, welcome to BK's Bullets. Today we're going to be talking about Batman Ed Brubaker Volume 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Wanted to do another overview here of a new book I had just picked up. This is Batman by Ed Brubaker Volume 1. I did not get Volume 2, and I will explain why when we get there. So, Brubaker Volume 1, this is his run on Batman following the No Man's Land storyline. It doesn't start right away after No Man's Land the way that Greg Rucka's run does in these New Gotham Volume 1 and Volume 2 trades. Just did a video on that, so you can go watch that there. And it's got some holes in it. So this collects 582 to 586, and then 591 to 597, and then Batman Our World's at War #1. So what happens with Brubaker's run? Well, he started a little late. I think Larry Hama or somebody was writing the Batman title right after No Man's Land for a while. So Brubaker comes in with Scott McDaniel, and this is great art by Scott McDaniel. Now, he may be a love him or hate him artist. He's very cartoony, very stylized, but this is some of the best Scott McDaniel stuff you'll ever see in the pages of Batman here. You can also follow him. I think he did a Nightwing run before this with maybe it was Chuck Dixon. And after this, he pretty much, with the 1 year later stuff, he goes on and does some Green Arrow stuff with Judd Winnick as well, which I remember reading and loving as well. So Scott McDaniel, his inks, whoever inks him, he's always like very thick, very stylized, very angular, but I love it. I love the clean lines, like the simplistic, there's not a lot of crazy cross-hatching or anything in here. So this is really, really exciting to read all of this Scott McDaniel art in one spot. Because I remember reading it in other places, in the Batman Fugitive and Murderer lines, and going like, who is this guy? So to have one trade that's all him, I think is pretty cool. Well, it's not all him. Here's another guy right here. Who's this? Stefano Gaudiano. Yeah, he did some Gotham Central stuff going on at the same time. He's also a very good artist. But most of this, I want to say, is Scott McDaniel. This is not. Now you're killing me. You're killing me, Holmes. So what happens here, right? So this starts Batman 582. Well, remember in the Rucka video, I talked about Batman Officer Down. That crossover takes place in here, and that has, let's open it up. Batman 587. So this gap right in the middle of this book where it jumps ahead, it skips over this crossover by one issue, or not one, by a couple, and then Brian K. Vaughan comes in and does like a 3 or 4 issue arc, and then 591 picks up, goes to 597. So there is a Brubaker Volume 2 out there. I decided not to pick it up because basically if you have the any version of the Bruce Wayne Murderer or Fugitive storyline trades, these are the new editions. They were also collected in a 4-volume set, where this was Murder was 1 and then Fugitive was 3 volumes. All that stuff is, the rest of Brubaker's Batman run is in this large crossover story, except for one issue. So that Volume 2 collects whatever this next issue is, 598. And then with 599, 600, 601, all that stuff is in this book. This goes through 607, and that is still Brubaker writing Batman, and that has to deal with the fallout here with Deadshot and David Kane and all this stuff. So there's Scott McDaniel still on art. So you can basically read Brubaker Volume 1 and then jump right into Bruce Wayne Murderer and Fugitive. And minus one issue, you basically have everything that Brubaker has written. But this, these storylines obviously have a number of other writers and great artists as well, telling that large storyline. But yeah, for Brubaker, this is it's kind of a sad output compared to Greg Rucka, who has 2 trades. But You know, both of them have a number of stories in Gotham Central you can read, as well as the Murder and Fugitive and the Officer Down trade. This is long out of print, probably. I don't know if you will be able to find this at all. I don't even think it's on like Comixology as a collection, so you might have to just hunt down like what issues are we talking about here, and then buy them individually if you want to read them digitally, or hunt them down at a con the next time there's a con. Thanks coronavirus for ruining cons. And you know, go from there. So, but yeah, there's our overview. I'm excited to read it. I've never read any of these stories before, and Brubaker, just like Greg Rucka, is a great writer. So I'd be interested to read his individual Batman stories where he gets to stretch his legs and not have to do a bunch of stuff related to a crossover. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.